Okay, this is where we're actually going to pull it all together and create our animatics. Animatics are really good because we can pull in the audio, we can pull in all of our visual elements, and we can see if they're working well together. So the very first thing we're going to do is pull in our audio. I'm in After Effects, so we are looking at the After Effects project. When I drop down the File menu, I am going to do the import, and I'm going to do a file. The very first file that I'm going to get is going to be my audio file of the Three Little Pigs, and I'm going to import that. The next files are going to be all of my illustrators files that I have separated out into layers. So what I'm going to do is do File, Import, and this is going to be multiple files instead of just a single file. And from here, I'm going to go to the animatic folder that I created, or my artboard one, whichever one that you separated them all out into. I actually did it in my animatic one. I'm going to select all of the Illustrator files that I have separated out into the layers, and then be very aware that as you're importing, it sounds like you should be importing it as footage, but you don't want to do that. You want to come down here and import it as a composition that retains the layer sizes. So we're going to import that, and we're going to start right there. And it's going to take a few minutes to import all of those artboards that I have and all the layers associated with them. As soon as it's done with that, it will bring us back to import more. I'm going to close that. I'm going to just scroll through so that you can actually see here was my audio, here are my compositions, and these are all separate layers. The very first thing I'm going to do is look at my audio and the timing for my audio and how long that is. I said that I wanted you guys to have it between 2 and 3 minutes. I noticed that even with mine, it's going over that, and I know some people even got up to 10 minutes. That's up to you if you really want to work with something that long. It will be a little more work, but you'll be able to handle it, I'm sure. So the very first thing we're going to do is create a new composition that is going to be similar in size to that. So I'm going to click on the composition. I want the composition to be called my master. So this is where I'm going to place everything in. So this is going to be my master comp. And I am going to make it so that it will work with YouTube at 720 at high definition. So 720, the ratio will be a 16:9, and that's 1280 by 720. That is perfectly fine. I want to make sure that my duration is somewhere close to that MP3 size. So I'm just giving myself 30 seconds. So it's going to be 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and my background color is going to be black. I'm going to say OK. And the very first thing I'm going to do is to grab that MP3, and I'm going to just pull that in here. And this is my audio file, so as I play that, the wolf and the three little pigs. Once upon a time, there was a wolf and three pigs. Okay, so I know the wolf and the three little pigs. I'm going to start that right about there and make sure that my first artboard cuts off just a little bit after that. So here is the composition for the first artboard I'm going to pull in. This is the wolf and the three pigs. I can actually see what that looks like. So if I drag that and bring that in here and just place it where I want it, the blue scrub bar, I want to make sure that I'm going to cut off this first image. And to do that, I'm going to press the Alt key and the right square bracket, and that will cut that first one off. Okay, so if I play it, little pigs. Once upon a time, there was a wolf Okay, so now I know I need to bring the next artboard just a little bit before I finish that. And so I'm going to grab the second artboard, and that's the wolf in gel. Let's see. So here's the wolf in gel. So I'm going to grab the third artboard, and I'm going to bring it in and have it hopefully snap to that. Well, drag it over if it doesn't quite snap. So here, once upon a time, there was a wolf and three pigs. The wolf had been captured and placed in a prison just because he was a wolf. Wiley had been a wolf like most, but every day. So I'm going to stop right there, and I'm going to do Alt and the control bracket, and I'm going to go back to my second one. I'm going to drag that in and just kind of overlap that a little. Just very little bit. So when I do transitions later, it'll work really nice with the transitions between the two scenes. Then he vowed to be better. If only he could get out. The prison was dark, sad, and lonely. He so missed being free to run and play. One day, there was an earthquake. Okay, so now I need to grab the one that's going to have the thing break. So there was an earthquake. So I need to move back just a little. Now you can also make these bigger down here using the zoom in or zoom out. So zoom out and zoom in options so that you can actually see what's going on here a little closer. And I am going to do that a little bit. To run and play. One day. Okay, so that one day starts about here. I'm going to stop that. I'm going to do Control and the right bracket. Now I have 17 slides. This is going to take some time for me to put this all together. I'll put it all together, and then when we're done putting it all together, we're going to create the composition as an MP4 video. And that MP4 video is going to use, I have the file, edit, and composition up here in the top menu bar here. I'm going to do composition, and I'm going to add it to the media encoder, and the media encoder is going to be encoded as a YouTube 720 high def. So we're going to be using the media encoder to do that. And like I said, I'll come back after I put all this together and then show you how to do the media encoder.